So there's a very clear link between here are the money, here's where we can make the dollars, and here is the associated science that we need to undertake to be able to do this. We've done this for all of the areas, and in the report you will find diagrams that links all of these together. An area that's already been mentioned by Congressman Gingrey is medical robotics. One of my colleagues will talk, Dan Jones, will talk more about this in a minute. We have an aging society. It's going to challenge the entire healthcare system in a number of ways, but even for all, across the entire population, medical robotics is really being a game changer. It's faster, it's better, it's cheaper intervention. He's going to show you some of the examples of how this really makes a difference. We have early results that primarily been in prostate and cardiac procedures, but there is quite a host of procedures that could be used and it could be deployed. So what we really need is that we need to take these out of the lab, we need to transfer them, so we need to go from the bench to the bedside to really capitalize on these and show this is what we can do for healthcare. It's also where we can start saying we can do systematic integration all the way from the patient electronic journal all the way down to really doing interventions. So there's a real opportunity here. In terms of healthcare robotics, which is on the other side of this, which is that we need to be able to do rehabilitation, we need to be able to help people in their homes as they grow old, they get limited mobility, they need to be rehabilitated. There is tremendous opportunities of doing this in the homes rather than having people to go to a therapist, doing it on your own schedule. We can do this so that it's cheaper, it also gives more freedom, you can have personalized assistance. So there we really have a new generation of systems that are coming out that will help us provide better quality of care, better quality of life for everyone. So that's an important area. Another area is in terms of professional services. Here it's really about empowering field applications. This goes back to automating farms. John Deere is working on that and saying already in a few years we can have almost automated farms. We're seeing this in forestry, which is a big area. We're seeing this in mining. So there are quite a number of opportunities here to do this so that we can keep areas like forestry here rather than having them outsourced to South America and to other places. In terms of domestic services, US is already the market leader. It's very much about assisting people in their homes. It's about automating the chores, giving you more time for the fun part rather than the boring part. So it's adding time for doing leisure. Here you're seeing vacuum cleaners, lawnmowers, solar-powered lawnmower, it's a green lawnmower, and also entertainment products. So this is an area where we've seen tremendous growth in the US and we've been very successful. Another area when we do this is of course to make sure that we do education and training. It's very important that we use this to develop the workforce. We need to have the workforce, it's our human capital to be able to make this happen. We can only grow our robotics industry if we also have the educated people. Another area where we're seeing this is that robotics is actually cool. If you've gone to one of the robotics companies and then people say, this is really cool. This is what we want to use to actually engage people in science and technology education. That will help all of us building these kinds of things. And of course we need to have educational outreach so that we build across the entire spectrum. Jerry Cohen already mentioned that at the same time we have to recognize that there are international investments in these areas. The European Union has just announced or released a program that's 650 million euros. I don't know what the exchange rate is these days, but it's probably something like $800 million. So it's a very significant, that would be a good exchange rate. That would help us. But here they've launched a very significant program. They're being very competitive. They're both in terms of long-term and in terms of doing applications. Korea, as part of their 21st Century Frontier program, has identified robotics as one of their 10 impact areas where they want to be market leaders. They want to be the leaders in robotics 2016. Japan is investing significantly in service robotics. They have a very aging population. They have an age pyramid that's worse than ours. So they really want to see investments in service robotics. They're investing about $100 million a year. In the US, the robotics industry was born here. We're still the market leaders in medical robotics and in service robotics. If we don't pick up this challenge, we're not going to be the market leaders 5 or 10 years down the road. So we have a real challenge here to make sure how can we not only develop these industries but maintain them and give us real economic growth. So we feel that for robotics there is real opportunities. It's a game changer. And we're sort of spelling that out in this report. There are quite some opportunities to do economic growth. bringing manufacturing home from wherever we've outsourced it, doing medical procedures cheaper, faster, better, enhance the quality of life, greener, cheaper, better, leaner manufacturing is going to be a pretty big deal if we want to maintain our manufacturing base. It's also enabling us to be more energy independent. If we can optimize the logistics chain, if we can reduce the number of transportations, we can be more efficient, we can save money, we can reduce the cost of daily items. It's also leveraging new R&D technologies such as nano to make sure that we actually have fantastic technologies in this country. How can we leverage them to make sure that we are building an even stronger economy? So that's what this roadmap is really about. To dig in a little bit deeper into some of the areas, we have 3 very distinguished speakers. So the first speaker will be Rodney Brooks, who is a professor at MIT. He was also one of the co-founders of iRobot, and now he's just founded a new company called Heartland Robotics.
So I'm going to talk about manufacturing. Manufacturing is one of the parts of this report. I'm not giving a summary of the report. The report is for all of you to read. I'm giving a slightly orthogonal view of manufacturing.